What up, y'all, and welcome to the Wizard's Forge. In this video, we're going to be creating our one-shot, one-kill spell mod. This mod will cause all of our combat spells to do the same amount of damage as Avada Kedavra, insta-killing every enemy with a single hit. Now, let's get started. To create our one-shot, one-kill spell mod, first we're going to create an empty mod. That's going to be a mod that has nothing in it. Then we're going to do a brief overview of SQL and static tables. Good thing about the Creator Kit is it does all of the SQL for you. Then we're going to go over how to open the DB static text entry table in the Creator Kit. Then we're going to go an overview of the spell definitions database table. Then we're going to edit the spell definitions database table in order to change the amount of damage our spells do. After that, we're going to finish the video off by uploading our mod to CurseForge. To create our one-shot, one-kill mod, first we're going to create an empty mod. So we're going to select this Create Mod button up at the top, and then this will bring up the three mod templates. You can make an empty mod, a dungeon mod, or a quest mod. We're going to want a mod that has nothing in it, so we're going to put new empty mod, and then we'll add all of the changes ourselves. For this mod name, I'm going to call it One Shot One Kill. And important to note, this is going to be the name of your mod plugin. So this is going to be how it's referenced in the Creator Kit. You'll have an option to rename it once you upload your mod to reference how it's going to look in game. Once that's ready, you're going to hit the Create Mod button down below. Before we jump into our mod, it's important for us to understand what's going on behind the scenes. So this mod edits the DB static text entry, which is going to be a bunch of static tables that communicate together in order to further define the actors in the game. So if we look at this example, first we're going to the registry static table. In this table, I put an item, Wizard Forge mod, and then I set that to a student. So now the game knows that Wizard Forge mod is a student, but it still needs to know more in order to proceed. So it sends it over to the actor definition table. The actor definition table grabs this registry ID that we just set, and it sets the gender to male and anything else that it needs. After that, it's going to send it over to the character definition to finally define what kind of student it is. So we get the character ID, which is Wizard Forge mod. We set its house to Ravenclaw, and set its year to 5. These static tables communicate with each other through a programming language called SQL, which brings up the question, what is SQL? The good news is, we don't have to learn it. The Creator Kit will do all of the heavy lifting for us. So SQL is going to be a programming language for these databases to talk to each other, and the Creator Kit will send those automatically. All we need to do is set the values in those static tables, then when we hit enter, it'll automatically add it to our modedit.sql file, which we can find in your Hogwarts Legacy Creator Kit, Phoenix Game, Mods, Mod Name, and Content folder. Let's go over what's happening in this mod edit SQL. First, we have an insert into the registry table. What did we insert? We inserted a new student called Wizard Forge mod. Now we need to learn a little more about the student, so we insert it into the actor definition to further define him. So we find out the student, Wizard Forge mod, is male. Then we want to find out what kind of student he is, so we send another insert into the character definition table. In that table, we realize Wizard Forge mod is a Slytherin and a 6th year. But then we're like, wait, I thought he was a Ravenclaw and a 5th year. So then we send an update into that same table. So instead of inserting into a new table, we're changing an existing one by setting the house ID to Ravenclaw and setting the year to 5 for Wizard Forge mods. Now that we have a better understanding of static tables, let's jump back into our mod. For this mod, we're going to be editing the DB static text entry. To find that, we'll select Window. We'll scroll down to DB text entry and select Static. This will give us a list of all of the static tables in game. The only one we care about for this mod is going to be Spell Definition. The SpellDefinition Static Table will give you a list of all of the spells in game and what their current value in game is. So for this mod, I want all of my spells to hit like Avada Kedavra, so I'll find Avada in the list and look at its values. So Avada Kedavra has a range of 3000, a cooldown time of 90, a non-combat cooldown multiplier of 1, damage to objects 0, and then a damage to other characters 10 million, which will kill any character in one hit. So if I want all my other damage spells to do the same, I'm going to give them the same value. The spells I decided that I was going to affect are going to be Crucio, Confringo, Defendo, Expelliarmus, Expulso, Incendio, Stupefy, and Stupefy Heavy. So for that, we'll start in alphabetical order. We'll copy this 10 million damage from Avada Kedavra, and we'll go to Confringo. Then in Confringo, we'll set this damage character to 10 million. Next up, we'll find Crucio. Next up, Defendo. Then Expelliarmus. Now Expulso. So Expulso in the Creator Kit actually references the in-game spell Bombarda. It looks like that name changed sometime, so it's going to be Expulso in the Creator Kit, but Bombarda in-game. So we'll set that to 10 million. Next up, we're going to have Incendio. We'll set this to 10 million. And then we'll go to Stupefy. And then Stupefy Heavy, which is going to be the last attack in that Stupefy combo. And then just to be safe, we'll also do Stupefy Light. There we go. Now all we need to do is close out of this and check our mod edits file. So if we look at our mod edit SQL file, we'll see that we called a bunch of updates to the SpellDefinition Static Table. In those updates, we told the game to set the damage character for these spells to 10 million. So when our mod's activated and the game starts, the game will have all of these spells doing 10 million damage, which will one-shot everything it hits. Before we upload our mod, we're going to test it and make sure it's working as intended. So for this test, I made a new level with some nav mesh and a dynamic object volume that's going to spawn 20 trolls. So play, and we're going to make sure only the spells that we changed are one-shotting. So right now we have the blue spells. So we have Flipendonaught, Depulso, Descendo, and Accio. None of those are doing any damage. We can go Glacius and Imperio. Perfect. So now we'll go to our damage spells. So let's do Confringo, Defendo, Expelliarmus, and Bombarda. These should all one-shot all of the enemies. Nice. Next up, we're going to have Avada Kedavra and Crucio. So and then last to finish off, Stupefy should one-shot everything. Perfect. And finally, we're going to upload our mod. So we're going to select the Upload Mod button to bring up the mod upload window. From there, we're going to make sure our one-shot, one-kill mod is selected, and then we're going to set the mod name. Now this is going to be how the mod appears in Steam. So I'm going to want it to be one shot space one shot kill. One shot, one kill. Next, you're going to add your logo image. You're going to want to make sure it's at least 400 by 400 and a 1.1 ratio under 5 megabytes. We need a square image under 5 megabytes. So I'll be using This icon is going to be 685 by 685 and is under 5 megabytes, so it should go through no problem. Now we'll full screen it so we can see a little better, and we'll set the category. This is going to be affecting spells, so I'm going to count it as gameplay. And then mod summary, we're going to say all damage spells insta kill. And then we'll finish off with the mod description. We just want to make sure the mod description is longer than our summary, so we'll put this mod sets all of the player's damage spells to do the same damage as Avada Kedavra. Defeat all of your enemies with a single cast of basic shot or any damage spell. After that's looking good, we're going to select the upload button to upload our mod. Thanks for watching. That'll be the end of this video. You can use that same method to edit anything in that DB static text entry database. So if you want to edit items, NPCs, enemies, spells, you can do that the same way. If you found this video useful, like and subscribe, and let me know what kinds of videos and tutorials you'd like to see next. Wizards Forge Mods, out.